safetiness of this champion right now and how much burst damage you're able to do, as well as being able to escape away from so many of these champions and so many of these dive champions that are very strong right now, like the Aatrox as well. But the combo is a combo that I haven't seen for quite some time, is definitely that Lucian Nami, which is going to be picked here for the side of NOX. I mean, when we talk about aggressive players, when we talk about, you know, trying to get advantages in lane, Lucian Nami is one of the most aggressive combos that you can play. So I think definitely full of confidence here for the side of NOX, you know, for Mumu and for his support as well, picking Lucian Nami, which again, even Nami, we don't see Nami too much because it's all about these frontline aggressive engaged supports that get to be played. So that is going to get countered a little bit by the Braum. Obviously Nami wave can be blocked by Braum, but I think in the end, if Lucian Nami can get ahead in this early game, it's going to be very scary to try and figure out how to work around and how to shut down this Lucian.
Oh, very scary. But like you were saying there with the Nami pick, like you do need the front line, but obviously Aatrox is already kind of started to fill out that front line there. We know obviously with his World Ender as well that he becomes very tanky, especially if you just kind of let him get the itemization that you need. But the Braum being able to block out Nami's wave there is obviously a clear kind of insight for the side of EXS, looking to try and block that out. But the Braum in game one wasn't as obviously impressive or had that kind of potential of blocking a lot of the projectiles. He pretty much seemed to be dead before he could even use that utility, right? Like we saw maybe like 1 or 2 ultimates where he actually managed to get the knock up onto 1 or 2 of the side of Nox, but other than that, it actually didn't bear much fruit. But the last few bans here, Popl, Gwen, and then obviously we have the Ziggs as well.
Yeah, Lily and Mumu, two bans. I'm getting them mixed up with Mumu and a Mumu now, but Lily are a big priority. I think the big downside of the comp right now for NOX is they need some AP damage from somewhere. With the Lilia already banned out, the Amumu banned out, you already have Gwen and Rumble banned out, so we need to get some AP damage from somewhere. I'm thinking of the likes of maybe Volibear potentially being picked up here, or we could just go for another mage that maybe doesn't get picked as often. It looks like to be Gragas potentially in the jungle this time around. Not really something that we see too often. Gragas is a champion that normally really gets played as a tank, you know, especially in the support role. He gets more of he's more of a distraction than anything else in terms of burst damage. But I did say they need some AP damage, and Gragas can definitely fill that with that burst damage playstyle in the jungle.
Yeah, burst. I mean, he's definitely like one of the classico, like kind of like jungle picks there. The Gragas coming through will be very, very interesting for the side of NOX right now. But maybe we'll get to see a little bit of the tank Yasuo as well. We can only hope, maybe. But in terms of the front line, obviously they do have the Gragas, they do have the Aatrox, so they don't need to actually fulfill that role for the Yasuo. It's mainly going to be there to kind of like try and get in onto the back line, maybe looking to pick off the likes of the Ezreal or the Syndra for now. But filling in with a Vi, okay, we have that single target CC from a long range. Obviously, Vault Breaker is going to be very huge for the side of EXS to try and kind of hone in onto maybe like the likes of Lucian, or try and take Nami off out of the team fight very early on.
Yeah, I think the burst damage is going to be the crucial here. Again, very surprising to see more mages in the fray, like Syndra, for example. I think the side of NOX definitely has a lot more stable play style with the Yasuo and the Aatrox is going to be very, very strong to try and, you know, diving when possible as well. Of course, when it comes to knockups, there are multiple knockups as well that NOX have, you know, the Nami ulti, the Gragas, as well as even the Aatrox. You know, Yasuo can ulti with the sweet spot on the Aatrox as well. So there are multiple ways in which Yasuo can engage onto the fight. You know, when it comes to Yasuo players, I mean, I was watching one of the old EMEA players, SkyFL, played in China earlier this morning. He played Yasuo, and it was one of the cleanest Yasuo games that I think I've seen. So when it comes to Yasuo gameplay, I'm already up there. I'm like, you know, you got to limit. You got the sky to reach at this point. I've already seen some top-notch Yasuo gameplay today, and I'm already probably 6-7 hours, maybe 8 hours deep into watching Wild Rift Esports today. So when it comes to Yasuo's, I'm expecting big things, Blam. I'm expecting big things for this champion.
I mean, it kind of fits into what we saw in game one as well, right? It was so aggressive gameplay. I mean, Yasuo definitely fits in with that. In terms of, obviously, his windshield, definitely be able to block the projectiles from the likes of the Ezreal as well as the Syndra. So, again, we're now getting into game two. Nox already up with 1 point, so this is potentially match point here for the Italian representatives on the Rift battle.
Exactly that. And as I was talking about in this mid lane, you know, we are going to be seeing this 2v2 in the mid lane. This is kind of a meta that we really got from China. This is why EMEA plays this so often. This has been happening in China for quite some time, really. What they do is they prioritize the dual lane in the mid lane. They get that priority so then the supports can roam around. I mean, as I mentioned, normally this is with tank supports you play in the mid lane. You prioritize trying to push this lane. You prioritize trying to get as much damage down as possible. Then you look to rotate the support and try and get vision and try and get an understanding of where we're looking at on what side of the map. So a bit of a different one, but again, Lucian Army still has that aggressive play style and they still have that priority in the mid here. You can see that Mumu already playing crazy aggressive, actually has to use the cleanse, gets caught there a little bit by the Brom passive, so uses the cleanse there to escape. So Mumu may be playing a bit too aggressive, and with a Vi just around the corner as well, as Vi's not going to be ganking mid just yet. Needs to be a bit careful. They are playing aggressive. They do have a lot of confidence in that mid lane, but Brom is the champion. They can get caught out. Yasuo, ignite. First blood. There we go. That's the Yasuo I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as we saw that ignite being procced there, it's like, yeah, it's pretty much Joe over there to the bot side of the map there. Syndra not having the best time of her life right now. But again, this is just classic Nox, right? Obviously, not be able to get transition that kill into the mid lane. There's like, you know what? We got to get it elsewhere. Yasuo coming in, very clutch there. Obviously, Shayo playing very, very well like he did in game one. But right now, we're just a lot of tip that up into the Baron lane, sorry, top side of the map is definitely just kind of like that sort of MO we're used to, right? They get left alone for quite some time. Obviously, when the neutral objectives come up, especially the Enchanted Ensemble, that's when we kind of see a bit of a rotation like right now. Azura and Funeral both got up to top here as well. They both have the knock up straight in with the Bolt Breaker. It is going to be a kill going over to the side of EXS.
A really nice lockdown. Actually, the level timing in there from the Vi was really, really clutch. He was actually stuck at level 4. Luckily, Renekton was able to take a minion down as Yasuo going into the... Oh, Shio again on that Yasuo being so clean. I mean, Lucian's diving underneath the tier 2 tower to get a kill onto the Ezreal. It's just pure dominance right now for Nox. They were able to get one kill into the top side onto that Aatrox, but the rest of the map is looking absolutely dire. And this is what I'm talking about with why mages don't get picked right now. A lot of these, you know, solo laners like the mid lane, like the top lane, they go into the side lanes, and you normally see a lot of bruisers being picked, like the Aatrox, the Renekton, the Yasuo, even champions like Rumble and Gwen that can do really well in that 1v1 matchup. The reason why mages work so well in mid lane is because it's, you know, a much shorter lane and you're able to go back to your tower. You can just farm underneath your tower. Minions get to you really quickly as well. Problem with playing in a side lane with a mage is the lane is so much longer. So it takes so much longer for you to go back towards the tower, play safe, and you can get zoned out by champions like Yasuo as well. And you're seeing the real difficulty of why mages are not really meta when it comes to this 5v5 competitive matter.
I mean, the only reason she's, I think, like down there, the only real like benefit they have is the fact that it's not quite susceptible to a gank from the Gragas, right? I mean, that huge thick wall between obviously the T1 and the river itself is going to be kind of like having to use to expand the flash as well as the kind of belly flop to get the CC onto the Syndra. And even at that moment in time, you're currently under the T1 territory, so it's pretty hard for them. But yeah, other than that, that's probably like the only benefit. But right now, once more, aggression into the mid side of the map as well, up into the top lane. Aatrox taking a 2v1 here. He's actually being helped out by the turret. But is he going to be able to get another kill? No, it's going to be Renekton using that ulti, getting the kill, paying back that dividends for his friend.
I mean, 1-for-1 trade, you'd definitely take that if you're the Aatrox in this game. I mean, making sure that you're the one that's being focused by this Vi. That's 2 ganks already by this Vi. You're the one that's being focused. You're the one that's trying to be shut down right now. Meanwhile, on the bot side, this Syndra is not having a good time at all. 0-3 now for the Syndra, 3-0 on this Yasuo, and this Yasuo is going to be a very, very scary force. It's really a matchup of side lanes. You know, Vi trying to dive into the top side, the Gragas trying to dive into the bot side, but for now, it's all going in favor of Nox. The Yasuo is getting ahead. The Aatrox still able to trade 1-for-1 in that tower dive as well. Everything is going in Nox's favor.
Absolutely. I mean, now they're going to kind of like shift the momentum, I feel like, here, especially when these two neutral objectives do spawn up right now. Obviously, the Ocean Dragon as well as the Enchanted Ensemble. I believe last time around, they kind of tried to prioritize going for the Enchanted Ensemble over the Ocean Dragon because obviously you have to claim all 3 of those Dragon Souls to actually make it a little bit worthwhile within Wild Rift, right? Like, you don't want to be getting one and then losing the next. It kind of makes it a little bit redundant. So already we're seeing a clear beeline for the red team to already try and put a bit of vision around the Enchanted Ensemble. And as you can see right now that obviously Gragas making his way up there, potentially get rid of the vision, looking to kind of clear it out, maybe even bait a team fight here.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing here that the jungler for EXS is already going towards the dragon. They know that they can't contest this Rift Herald at all. This Rift Herald is basically completely gone. But now you're seeing actually the side of NOX trying to stop this dragon, but they might get completely caught out as Mumu goes for the outplay, is able to kill the Vi and even trying to escape as well. Mumu is so low, flashes over the wall as well, trying to kill off the Brom. The Syndra's there. He dodges the Syndra stun, but no, the ultimate comes in through again. You can dodge everything you can with the Syndra balls, but you cannot dodge that ultimate. Unfortunately, Mumu nearly played that so flawlessly in the end, dodging away from the Brom ulti, dodging the stacks of the Brom passive as well, and the Syndra stun. It was nearly the outplay of the century, but a point-and-click ability like Syndra's ultimate is just super easy, and unfortunately, Yasuo getting caught out there in the end, but Nox being able to take that Rift Herald is still very clean. The dragon is still up and available, but in Wild Rift, as you mentioned, you know, that first and second dragon is basically completely useless. You get like 2-3% bonuses on these objectives, and they're not going to do that much to make a big impact. But I think for the side of EXS, you have to try and play for that late game now. You have to try and play towards, as you mentioned, that Dragon Soul, because this early game has gone so dire already. You know, with the Rift Herald already going over to Nox, that mid lane tower already going down as well. Again, Mumu just playing so damn aggressive every single time he has the opportunity. He dashes on in with that Nami and the Gragas barrel in the end, finishing off the kill, and Mumu is not done. Like, every time he has the opportunity, he is playing with fire right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's converting the kills. I mean, he's getting other objectives as well. The T2 to the mid lane is just kind of the next sort of like hurdle in the sight of Mumu, able to clean that up. Get the T2, also get the kill as well onto the Syndra. Syndra going down is pretty much, it's going to be hard for EXS to try and play for this late game right now. Because, I mean, that mid lane's gone. They are behind by about, what, 9k gold. We're getting a big dive into the top side of the map. Oh, the takedown onto the Ezreal as well. Oh, the flash and the belly flop from the Gragas. Is he going to be enough to set up the team fight? They get the takedown onto Azure as well. That's going to be a 2-1 trade. Can they clean up any more? We see Aatrox is trying to get a few slams, trying to get the knockups here onto Capital Funeral, but is he going to be able to keep alive the Braum? But actually, no, sorry, the Renekton, and then soon falls Renekton. That is overall another 3 kills going up to Nox.
I mean, they're just playing with their money right now, really, aren't they? They've just got infinite money in the bank. They know they could play super aggressive. They're just diving underneath towers like it's nobody's business. The towers are basically doing no damage at this point. The Vi's going to try and get a trade here on the bot side. Lucian, maybe a bit too aggressive this time for Mumu. Unfortunately, goes down. The Yasuo might even go down. Maybe he goes for the 1 versus 2 outplay. Does get stunned a little bit, but the knockups are still trying on through. The flash comes on through as well, but a cease and desist still there for the Vi. Going to be able to lock down the Yasuo in the end. But yeah, I mean, they're just playing with fire right now. Nox, they know they're so far ahead. Gragas even gets the kill on the bot side, but Nox know they are so far ahead. They're just limit testing at this point. They're just playing with their own fire. Look at this. The Vi even trying to go down as well. Oh no. Again, there are a few deaths happening for Nox. It's not the cleanest game, but they're that far ahead that even if they die a few times, they can still get ahead with a gold lead, which is a scary thing about this game.
Yeah, I feel like they're expending some of these like deaths here because they know that obviously the lanes aren't pushed that great, so they don't have the minion waves coming through. They know they're not going to lose any of the T1s as well, so taking a few L's here in terms of the deaths is obviously just going to put a little bit of gold into the bucket of EXS. But other than that, that's it. I mean, the Enchanted Ensemble being popped down now in T2 territory. I mean, not popped down right next to it, but I mean, clearly the timer ran out here for Aatrox.
Oh yeah, it's in base.
Holding onto it. Yeah, it's literally dropping it in base. That's going to take a while to travel.
I think he run out of time. Oh, Vi actually getting a double kill here in the mid lane. We unfortunately missed out on that one, but a double kill here for the Vi in the mid lane. So they are trying to get some picks now. They do have a really good pick comp. You know, if you're able to land like the Vi ultimate, chain that into the CC as well that you have with the Syndra on top of the Renekton, there's definitely that possibility. But Aatrox now trying to dive on in, getting pulled back as well. Again, though, there are a few more kills going on the side of EXS here. They're definitely not done just yet. They basically just got an ace in their own base. I mean, they still are really behind in gold, but getting a few extra kills there is definitely going to help out with the gold. A few shutdowns there as well. We see 24s completed for this Ezreal. Maybe that's the extra bit of gold that they needed to try and come back in this game.
Yeah, no, ESX at this point in the game are looking a bit chunky, especially the likes of the Renekton and obviously the Vi as well. Definitely having the kind of like sustainability in terms of the shielding. Trying to use the ultimate there from Vi, trying to get away Mumu on the Lucian here. We get the knock up onto the Braum, but it kind of makes sure that Mumu is being caught out between 3 onto the side of EXS for now. It does mean, however, obviously the team fight, they did lose down into the mid lane. They were able to obviously transition that into the T2 up into the top side of the map. But right now, ESX with this minion wave getting cleared out, though. Aatrox doing very well to clear the minion wave. Keeps that T1 alive. Capital
he's flashing in.
Looking to go down. He goes in. He's committed. We have Shio there as well. He's just kind of like, hey, I mean, sorry, guys. Braum's going to go down into the back line. But, the damage, the Hazard comes through. The knock-up onto the Vi, keeping him away from the Renekton's probably the best pairing here because Renekton and Vi, when they get together, is so tanky. So splitting them apart is definitely bearing the fruit that Nox need into this team fight. Looking to get an ace, and he just misses out the whirlwind.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that even when Mumu goes down, they can still win that 4 versus 5 in the top side. They can still get so much power down onto this Vi, onto the side of EXS here. The Yasuo, that combo that I was talking about, the Gragas plus the Yasuo, that double knock up in the end just does a crazy amount of damage. And even if Yasuo is going for this more tanky style build, the extra damage that he can get from his ultimate is just so big. Again, might be overextended a little bit here into the top side. Just seeing again just a few little mistakes happening here from the side of Nox, or maybe not. Maybe he can still try and escape. Actually goes for the double knock up again onto the ultimate there from Yasuo. Does go down in the end, but is able to trade a kill back. The Braum is in no man's land though. Tries to flash away, but flashes into the body slam of the Gragas. The barrel is able to help him get away, but that does not matter as he's just going to be diving in over and over again. Ezreal picks up another kill. There's more fights, more towers being able to take in the bot lane. I mean, it's just a fiesta at this point, Blam. There's just fights happening left, right, and center. It's 12 minutes in, we have like 40 kills. I don't even want to work out how many kills that is per minute, but Mumu just adds another one to that pool. Just completely one-shots the Ezreal outside the map.
Yeah, generally quick maths is my thing, but I'm not going to work that one out because obviously there's just so much happening. We could miss like 10 of the team fights whilst the time I'm trying to work that out. But I want to give a fresh perspective there of the Braum obviously flashing in and getting met by the Gragas. I feel like that was a body block to try and save Johnny on the Ezreal there. And that's me being super duper charitable though.
Maybe he was thinking about it, but I don't think it was planned. It's one of the things where like, are you trying to shoot or are you trying to cross? Are you trying to help the team or are you trying to help yourself? You know, I think it's just a back and forth here. But they're actually going to try and like flip this Baron. This is super risky here. And it actually gets taken in the end by the Gragas. I believe it was the Gragas barrel in the end. The fight looks like it's going in favor at the moment of Nox. The Aatrox's tank is so much damage on that front line. The burst damage from that Gragas as well. The Aatrox healing is way too much. There's not that much anti-heal really on the side of EXS, and that means that Aatrox can stay on the front line. Nami's on a killing spree. I didn't realize at this point that Nami has Medjais in her build, so now she just has infinite gold stacking and infinite damage stacking as well throughout this game. Doesn't actually matter at this point. 12 stacks on Medjais as well. There's so much extra ability power for damage. Gragas jumping on in. There's the combo again. The Yasuo ultimate straight on top of that as well, and it looks like it's going to be a 2-0 sweep here for Nox.
Yeah, Nox definitely running that game out very much more cleaner than obviously what we were seeing in that mid game. Like, honestly, they were dropping like flies left, right, and center. But the fact that EXS couldn't actually transition any of those kills into any other objectives
Yeah.
meant that it was kind of a bit of a fail-safe for the side of Nox. It's like, hey, you know what? We lost. Yeah, we lost Shire. We lost Lucian again. It doesn't really matter. They don't have the minion wave. They can't really push these turrets anymore. So honestly, very clean.